maybe for 5 minutes.
But can you fall in space?
Well,
I don't think there's any up or down.
That's a whole different kettle of fish, and I don't want to boil this one over. We're going to instead maybe call this round off because Drop's still AFK. Not live. Not live. Drop's back. Are we live? Maybe we're live. Let's pretend we're live. Up cat for Fnatic. And Furia with no one on the A site. One man fakes a mid to B, but that's fine. He gets some info, and the rest of Fnatic run their way towards A. Furia, they were man up on a retake with a kit. This is fine. It's just a bit weird.
I kind of like it. I kind of love it, maybe even, right? They've denied all this info. If it was the B play, they would have known ahead of time, and now they're here very, very quick on this retake. Now, you do still have to hit your shots. Ninjas low on HP, but the man advantage lying with Furia. There's the swing, and Pepsaw punished in his stride. He's put down. Furia Academy, they win that pistol with a bit of an unorthodox approach.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to Drop there. Dropped for a second, but he came back in time for the round. I really thought that would be cancelled. And Furia, despite all of that, maybe that wasn't a plan, right? Maybe Drop was supposed to play A, but they just made the call. They committed to it. Everyone lent B. They pushed upper. They flank up cat. And even though Fnatic get a bomb plant, it's quick retake kills for Furia Academy. And this game's off to a rip-roaring start. Fnatic, I wouldn't be surprised if they even buy up here in the second round, right? Some Galils, some AKs perhaps. And yeah, they do. Putting everything they've got into finding the force buy win. Fury just trying to hold on to the lead, but oh, that's a good flash at long, and caught with a nade out. His ninjas could not cross to the pit on his own. And holding top mid. Oh, ZMB, he's hit the timing. Scout has just left this angle. Quick frag down lower, and now he looks for a little more.
Oh, yeah, even pressure in this. Oh, he just doesn't know when to quit.
Keeps flicking.
ZMB. Yes, that's more like it, Furia Academy. 2-0. They overcome the attempt at the force buy from Fnatic Rising, and now that 3-0 is starting to look as good as locked in for the Furia Academy squad. Let's go listen into the Fnatic comms. Let's see how they're doing.
Yeah, after the melee. Yeah, I want eagle. I got 2 flashes. I'm gonna do.
I have a smoke as well.
I'm just watching the mid push for a bit. One jumping on mid still. Peeking. M4 peeking on mid. They can rush now, guys. Be careful.
Try to get close. I'm gonna flash through doors and over.
Yeah, go.
Flashing now. Boom, flash again.
One is
Corner.
corner.
Still corner. Hit and corner. Nice try.
Yeah, so that'll be Furia Academy going 3-0 up. And now we've got the big guns coming out for Fnatic Rising. Not going to feature that AWP, though. It's just AKs all across the board. So Regali not going to get to show us what he's made of just yet on that AWP. But ZMB's bought his out for Furia.
All right.
Keve up towards short. And Decency smoked off in middle. Fnatic Rising starting to group up over here towards long, and with cap control taken, this has got all the makings of an A split. However, because of the presence of KST still waiting in tunnels, you can change this one on the fly to a mid to B. With the utility they've got, I'm talking, 3 smokes and a couple of Molotovs, they would struggle at selling much of a fake here on A. Right, you need these 2 smokes to get you out in middle, to get you across. They're going to line those up now. Flash from KST going into the B site, and a smoke in the double doors. So he's really selling this idea that a play is coming in through the tunnels. They contact that mid to B smoke, and now they look to move on in. Drop is trying to hit this timing, playing in the smoke. The boys in B are both flashed off the angle. That is a great flash for Keve. And it's given those openers over. He even catches Drop moving in through that smoke in mid. And so this is a save call for Furia Academy.
That was a really nice round for Fnatic, right? Just constant pressure. They throw mid to B smoke, then they throw some B utility. Furia don't know whether to look mid or B. And then finally, Fnatic just kind of contact out middle later in the round on the fly mid to B smoke. And because KST's been throwing in this util out upper dark, Furia are still looking at tunnels. A god flash comes in from Keve, and Fnatic close it. So, yeah, good round. They're just confusing Furia, playing with their minds and hearts. But Furia needs to be aware of those annoying little bait plays, the fake util. But even so, gun saved is a good job, as you could fully buy up here if you're Furia. Nothing going to get in the way of that. Double AWP even coming in. Galia to AWP. He's had the scout, now he's on the rifle. But winning this round, hell, you'd probably be able to grab an AWP out of it. And then the Regali show begins. It's what many of you are here for, many of you are waiting for, I'm sure. Us as well.
Yeah, it is one of the highlights of my day, getting to watch Regali in the server. He has emerged as quite the talent. Fnatic Rising, they were going to go catwalk, and something made them decide against it. Little do they know that stopped them running into this AWP setup of ZMB. They go towards long because a lot of ground was gained here for free for the most part. It's P-A-R-T.
What's that?
ZMB. Yeah, I was
smoke?
wondering that. There's a little smoke down
I don't really know.
over on Plat. I don't know who threw it.
No.
I don't know why. ZMB with the AWP. Somehow that's just the tag.
I don't know.
ZMB does get unlucky with the tags a hell of a lot, I feel like.
Yeah, well, someone's got to finish the job. Low HP on Keve. A rifle in the bomb site is cruel for Fnatic. You don't know how many numbers are about to explode, and there's a head that can't be connected onto ZMB. Double molly at short keeps these players out. They give up the site, but ZMB starts with the first. Takes down Process, crossing Goose. Mollies were not deep enough to deny that. And Fnatic planting the bomb safe as well. This is a shame. You can't even plant open for long. I mean, they could have. Scared of CT jumps, perhaps. It's kind of going to limit you on this retake now, on this post-plant. Luckily, we do have this backstab for Pepsor. It can be huge. Killing a mid-rotate. Now Furia know their back is open, but they've got to go forward. They've got to move into the site. Forget the flank. He's already gone elsewhere. Ninjas getting one. Pepsor stabs him in the back, and KST from below. Everyone getting involved in that post-plant for Fnatic Rising. And they're going to win it out as well. The safe plant doesn't hold them back.
They get the free AWP upgrade as well that you spoke about. Regali was able to sniff out one of those two AWPs that were in play. Broken money now for Furia Academy. So Fnatic Rising, this equalizer of a third round, it really should experience very little resistance out of Furia Academy. Wonderful mid lurk for Pepsor as well. Right, he's kind of a bit of a savior here, along with KST. Just to safeguard that round and make sure you get it on the board. KST does need to buy a new camera. I can tell him that much.
Yeah, he's always got the same broken white flashbanged photo. Don't know what's going wrong there. Right now, what's going wrong in this round is the B stack. Furia still enforced on it. 5 players inside the site. Fnatic have taken long. They're playing anti-flash there. Waiting for a reaction, and there will be none. Especially not with this being contact, right? You know, if Furia B and they hear smokes at long, they might run, but they're not even getting told that. So you don't want to be caught, you know, disassembling the stack. You're just going to commit with the call, and well, it's exactly that call that loses Furia this round. 3-3 now. Fnatic just need to plant. And it's all looking pretty obvious at this point. Molly's everywhere.
Is it a unicorn round? That's what we have to ask ourselves. It looks like it might be. Get your horns ready, folks.
Yeah, I never get these though. Like, you've got a USP. Why not hunt? Why not go for a kill? Like, the worst case scenario is you give your opponent $300. Boo hoo. The best case is you take away $4 grand of equipment. I don't see. I never get full saves. Like, you know, you could even make a case. If there were guns in this round, you could make a case and be like, yeah, but the USP's there guarding the rifle. They're guarding the AWP. It's bodyguards. You see that a lot. This isn't that. And so very late hunting for Furia, but...
It's a unicorn round though, everyone.
Yeah.
Get the horns out.
Nay.
Get the horns in chat.
The unicorn's nay?
Unicorns nay, yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're very closely related DNA-wise to horses. Surprising, actually, unicorns have more in common with zebras in terms of the DNA like matrix of the whole situation. No, than horses.
Okay.
They're genetic ancestors to the zebra.
I didn't know that. That's good info. Thank you. What about dragons? Who are they related? Like crocodiles? Related to crocodiles, maybe?
No, dragons were the original reptilian. They like morphed into what we now have as reptilians.
Yeah, lizard folk. All right. So it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Run boost at the short side and a goosh through the wall. Don't know what's happening. Mollies, nades, you name it, they're landing and they're doing damage. Process is on at 2 and Keve's going to drop out into this A site through the smoke. He won't commit though. Back out of there. Will Process be given the AWP, or is he just going to have to grit his teeth with 2 health and make do? Regali wants this AWP and he wants to put it to good use, but no one giving him a fight down middle. Turns around to check long. Late long take perhaps. B players are even peeling away here for Fnatic. And Furia are doing the opposite. They're reinforcing the bomb site, so don't know what's going on at this point. It's about to become clear with a long take, but that re-smoke off of the car is a very nice timing for ZMB. Will Fnatic respect it? I don't know if they have time to in this position. Still got to worry about that one man at pit. ZMB coming in to assist, and he's got the first shot. Smoke will bloom now. Ninjas not ready for that fight. Peeks with a flash. His gun was not prepared. And 4-on-3, even with low health for Fnatic, they now own the A site.
Yeah, they still need to worry about this crossing, right? They've only got 1 smoke to go in to cover it, so there is going to be a gap. Now, the nades can be used to kick up dust, or you can flash the peak over. They go with the latter. Process going to get that bomb down. And it's one of these horrible situations where we're left saying, well, if only Furia knew how low these players were, maybe they would be more interested in giving this a go. Unfortunately, it's just on the numbers alone, right? When you look up at the top of your screen and you see 4-on-3, or sorry, 3-on-4, you don't envision a winnable round, especially with the rotates being so far away. So this is going to be Fnatic Rising moving into the lead. Making us forget about that Furia pistol round and the conversions that came off the back of it. Since the big guns have come into play, everything has come up Fnatic.
Thanks.
I don't know if you caught Khan's speech as well. He put up a video talking about the Fnatic organization and the restructuring that's going on with the main team. How he feels that for the longest time, you know, Fnatic kind of slipped in away from their roots in CS, right? They weren't really this big organization that they used to be towards the end of the current roster's lifeline. And he also gave like a bit of an update on the Academy squad, shouted out these guys, spoke about that and how he's been impressed with what they've had out of the boys. Yeah, and you have to be, right? Like, again, we always talk about how this Fnatic roster, we didn't even know the roster, didn't even know the lineup until the first day, mere hours before. And for that reason alone, I think a lot of us, me included, discounted this team, discounted players maybe more than they should have. And Fnatic, this roster has looked excellent. And they're fighting for that top 3 spot. They're fighting for the LAN finals. There's only so many golden tickets to go around. Can they rise to the occasion? Well, it's in the name. So let's see. Hitting this B bomb site. Process faking A off cat. He can cut rotations or drop back into middle. ZMB with his back turned to the tunnels, but Ninjas will try and get that info. However, with this setup, if Fnatic contact it, it could get scary. Flashes at least give you a bit of warning to drop that smoke, and ZMB will. However, they're already through. Pepsel with the entry. Ninjas, Molly, Flash, Smoke, you name it.
There's nowhere to go. Process is killing those A players. Finally, they overwhelm the man on B. And there's no one to even tell this story for Furia. They've all been killed by the Lurker. Just drop 1 on 5, and he's looking to save. Another sick round from Fnatic, right? No casualties here either.
Yeah, and I feel bad for Furia Academy. When they came to, start in the Weplay Academy League, it looked really promising what we got out of them. But in the last few days, man, it feels like, the confidence has been shaken. The results have started to get pretty dire. And we're getting another one of these games starting to take form before our very eyes. The only victories so far for Furia Academy, once again, are the pistol round and those conversions. Things need to turn around soon, or else they might never turn around at all.
Yeah, the old saying now or never comes to mind. But it's still early days. However, yeah, swapping buys with ecos, you need to eventually convert one of these rifle rounds, and this could be it for Furia. 5 in a row for Fnatic Rising, but the full buy is here. Fnatic already looking pretty, or they're looking better on the T side, right? Not just in terms of rounds, but also in terms of game plan. We've seen some fakes out of them, some very slow early rounds for Fnatic, and then just grouping for late long takes. And, those are annoying to deal with. You often discount long late in the round. Even if you leave a guy there, you're not going to have those triple quad long setups that you would often have out of spawn. And so Fnatic have been, just trading really well and had everything they wanted.
Yeah, also, I think it's worth mentioning someone that's been, like the reoccurring star for Furia, Imperia, has been pretty quiet to kickstart this game. Now, that's an opener out of decency. And I've got faith that if we can get a round out of Imperia where he shows us what we're used to seeing, hope is not lost yet for Furia. But that is a monstrous flash from Keve. His flashes have been second to none here.
Otherwise known as first. But yeah, I agree. Usually for teammates, that time for himself. And this is what I talk about in these slow mid rounds for Fnatic now. They're bleeding the clock, they're grouping back up, bombs leaving B. Maybe another late long take, leave that cat lurker. Keve, you can try and find some backstabs while all the attention is on long. And it will be soon enough. Ninja's back in pit. Ready, and he's lining himself up for a drop. That's a cool idea. He's got a lineup for it. Knows he can just take a shot, press 1 tap of the S key, and out he goes. Flash dodged, and Ninja's now with 1, falls off into the pit. Good protocols, using his util, wasting their time, and there's not much left for Fnatic.
Yeah, ZMB gonna make matters worse. That's the bomb dropped out in the open. He's pressuring Regali now, pushing in. Missed shot, Regali. Given a chance, but with only 20 seconds now for Keve, he needs the kills. There's no time to get this bomb and get it planted. And so Furia, by just tucking in and not giving this fight over, they're going to win the round. Keve, he gets the bomb, but he knows there's not time left for him. And I can call this one for sure. Like Loma Kane in the server today to throw me off.
Big round out of Furia, though. We said they needed it. Ninja's contributing a lot to that one with his little double setup with ZMB, able to left-right hook Fnatic on long. In a 4-on-4. And the double up continues here for Furia. Regali's got a bit more money for his at least. Xbox smoke down. They're still taking long with spawns, and this time Furia are here. They have numbers in position. Keve very deep, but he's so flashed out he can't hit the shot. Ninjas gets out alive with a kill. Furia, they could concede this if they want, but they're doubling down with a player behind blue. They could chuck nades there once that smoke is faded, maybe a Molotov. There's not much available, not much left up. That molly is waiting to be used.
Oh, drop, not wanting to concede long, holds his own. The timing for ZMB.
Unlucky.
Couldn't have gotten worse if you tried. And now Drop is the only defender left on A. He needs to win these fights at long. One of these players is low, and it's Pepsor last alive. 1 HP, gonna get finished off by Drop. It's all eyes on KST now. Huge round from Drop, and he's gonna finish it off with 4. He keeps it going for Furia Academy and ties this game up at 5-5. This is very relieving to see, even with guys like Furia, even with ZMB getting caught out on a rough time and Imperia having a quiet game. You've still got players who can emerge as these heroes around them. Drop with a big round in pit. As mentioned, like, that was all him, man. He had to win, like, every one of those fights. Maybe not the final one. That 4th duel didn't matter as much. But, mate, like... Stellar stuff in that what was essentially a 1v3 out towards long.
Furia looking good, but Regali, quick pick into B. Talk about Furia having a slow start. That won't help him either. Decency needed that trade in a B play like this. Before the util comes in, you need every kill you can get. You could be argued to save right now unless you get a 4-on-4. They're already backing out, Harry. That just shows how important that one cross shot for Decency was. If he hits it, maybe Furia are in with some hope. Instead, all it is decided by Regali's pick.
Dust 2 is like right up there with Inferno in terms of these maps where, you know, one shot connecting or not makes all the difference between you even giving the round a go, right? And we already had a big taste of Inferno and what the save meta looks like there, courtesy of Young Ninjas and Astralis talent earlier on. You know, this game's starting to feel a bit the same, and it's like if Furia aren't at least trading these openers, the round feels destined to fall apart. So naturally, this is where I would look towards the AWPers, and I would say, look, man, you guys are the ones who need to be trying to whittle out the numbers early on, right? We need to see a bit more of a proactive approach from ZMB and Decency, because thus far, in the department of opening kills, Regali applying a bit more pressure.
Yeah, pause before we get back in. Maybe a tech, hoping not. But not long to wait. Already the time is ticking back down. And another rifle round for us. What do Fnatic want to do with it? Only just holding on to the lead.
I would kind of love for Fnatic to abuse the B bomb site again. I think you've got Furia right where you want him.
True.
He's in his own head a bit at this point in time, probably. You know, he's had opportunities, but hasn't been able to find anything.
Well,
and the other player, yeah, right, tagged on the cross, just to make matters worse. The other guy over towards this B site with him is Decency, who's also struggling at the start of this one on that secondary AWP. So I would love the idea of just bullying these B-site players till they feel like they can't do anything, and you need to shuffle the defense around. They lose Keve early on up on the catwalk to the AWP of ZMB.
He was holding for the boost, by the way, and Keve jumps to throw util and gets caught high up. Head poking out the top of the smoke. That's unlucky. Furia scoped up a B, right? Decency gave him his AWP after he got tagged, but smoked out of the B site. He's going to go back and play passive. Fnatic are a man down. Furia don't want to give them any more ways back in. Make them commit. And so they shall. Up catwalk with smokes being lined up. We have a lot of grenades available for Fnatic and really only one man in position to stop it. That long player is going to have to wait for a lurker, even though there isn't one. And the CT guy's trying to get back into position. He does jump up in time. That's huge. ZMB now has support from Drop, throwing flashes and denying that lurker down below. ZMB missed shot. They're getting closer, but he drops the bomb with the AWPer. Gonna fall eventually, but that being said, Drop's still here, and there's no problem in cleaning up this round for Furia. 6-all, guns saved, round saved, and nice reactions out of Furia. Dust 2 team, perhaps after all.
Yeah, I hope this is the round. This is the round that Fnatic Rising lean back into B. I really think there's a chance to influence how this CT side is playing, you know, on setting the precedent of destroying the B side constantly. Right? It's one of my favorite like mind games that can take place. When a team just keeps on exploiting one spot on the map, it leans into this like weird bit of, you know, IGL versus IGL. Who's going to break first? Who's going to make the call to stack up? And so this round, we will get one of these fast mid to Bs that I'm looking for. There's the opener, Furia on the receiving end of that. And yeah, man, keep bullying these guys. Keep getting in their heads. This is like the perfect way to set a precedent on Dust 2, right? You lose all these A rounds. They're the ones that Furia are normally able to claw back. Well, you go back into a B rush and look what happens. 5-on-4, save call comes in, or 5-on-3 rather, save call right away. And yeah, go back to that again. I love it. I love it, Fnatic.
Yeah, they even have that like fast mid to B smoke, which is, you know, you're able to throw it from even further back. I don't know if you saw that, throwing it for almost like top mid, like flamey boxes, and you don't have to get all the way down to Xbox to do that. Standard lineup, the bounces, that gives so much warning. No, this goes right over the top of mid, pops, flash follows from Keve, and boom, you're out mid with a kill.
Yeah, and mate, like that's the thing. If you've got like the utility to back up these fast plays like that, it's even sweeter. It's even more of a reason to lean into this, as far as I'm concerned, for Fnatic Rising. Losing a player right at the end as well, that's big, Hugo.
That's a huge kill. Taking down ninjas. Now, you can still buy if you're Furia, right? You still got the money. So it's actually okay, thanks to the rounds that you've been trading in and out of this CT side. But you just want to maximize your saves. If you're throwing the round away anyway and just saying, no, we want nothing to do with it, we want the guns, and you lose the guns, that's even more painful. There was a cross shot, began it all. Here we go. Another gun round for Fury. They're able to shamble together a buy, but if they lose this round, they're broke for lost of the half, and Fnatic probably run away with things. When they were up against Mouse on this map, they started on T-side, they got 5 rounds. They're already beating that. Half of the course, eh?
Yeah, look, and already the worry of these B hits is seeping in for Furia. They're already having to switch up this CT setup. ZMB trying to exert a bit of pressure on the tunnels, has put himself right in the danger zone. Oh, the highway to it, paved with danger. Oh my god, another for ZMB. My oh my, he's tearing the round away from Fnatic Rising. One man doing it all, looking for Regali, and he's not quite been able to get it. Regali,
Don't tell me they lose this.
is able to fight back. Pepsaw, in the meantime, deals with ninjas on a long wrap, and so right now the goal is to deal with this low player that you've got trapped in tunnels. Furia is hoping he can manage that. 5 HP, drop down in lower, moving on up. Regali, you can't afford to let him get one here. Missed shot, and Drop is quick to capitalize. Pepsaw left in the clutch. Oh, almost caught. It's coming down to splitting some very fine hairs, and there's Drop locking in the round.
That's a bit of a panic mode there, right? You can just wait the molly. You can just be patient. You've got so much time. Drop is having a game, though, man. And it would have hurt. It would have hurt ZMB if he does that in that round. He 3Ks up lower, and then he loses it. Like, that would affect you. 17-3 on Drop, though. Beasting. And ZMB provided the goods in this round. Very, very scary. Pepsaw almost had the drop. Almost had, well, the man himself. But Furia hang on, 7-0. And nice, we have a nice, even, competitive game at the halftime. We've had a lot of stomps today, and no more in this matchup. Decency, strong start, but the second AWP is all that will be present in this round. ZMB picked out middle. Ninjas pushes long. We haven't seen this aggression before. And maybe he'll hear someone leave it.
This is beautiful again, right? Another one of these mid-to-Bs. They're really trying to get Imperia's head. With each round that goes past, with this guy not getting a kill and being the guy to fall in B to kickstart these B plays, you're only, you know, taking him out of the moment more and more. Yeah. It's hard enough for the top players in the world who have been in this spot thousands of times to build back into a game like this. This is a real test for Furia and his mental resilience now. The rest of the boys got to try and see it through, and Process doubles up in window. I couldn't tell you how. It's left onto Decency in this clutch. We're given a chance at a 1v2. Very little time. It's ticking away, ticking off of this bomb, and they're playing a double crossfire. There's Regali with the swing. And if he didn't have it, Pepsor would have. Fnatic Rising, they close out that half 8-7 to their advantage.
Yeah, really good half for Fnatic. We saw a lot more on the T side today as well, so that's always reassuring. Small improvements over the days here. We play Academy League, and you know, Furia, they clearly like Dust too. They clearly seem to know their stuff, right? Like even just the speed that they're calling these saves, you can tell they've got experience. But yeah, that's just a really rough half period, man. And it feels like that does hold a lot of weight because Fnatic, they weren't really doing much towards B at the start of the game. Furia was getting ignored, getting avoided, and that doesn't help you warm up either. Near the end of things, Fnatic just start destroying that B-bomb site, and Furia yet a frag, still silent going into the second half. That's not going to do much for your mental, not much good at least. But if Furia, you know, are confident about this map and are happy to be here on Dust 2, they better show us why. They need some excellent T-side rounds. ZMB at the forefront, calling right. And so hopefully he can piece together some master game plan for this pistol. They'll need it. All in all, Fnatic are in control. I can't say that should be surprising.
Yeah, well, as we get ready to head into this pistol then to open up the second half of play, let's check in on the Fnatic camp. Let's see how they're doing as we tune into the Fnatic Rising team comms.
One. Be sound. Flash. Flashing. Flashing again. Two holding. Boom. They're just holding long. Could be up the flash. One. We can give it
Short
give
is
it
clear.
Give it
Who's on me?
I'll
I'll go short.
How many are there?
Two, at least two long.
One pushing B, that.
Nice. Short is clear.
This was the lurker. He's alone. He's alone. There were 4 doors long. I'm playing one lower tunnel.
One short.
Guys,
Two
I'm
short. Two more. Both.
Last two shot.
They're up, Kevin. Come.
Yes, take
Yeah,
mid,
they
take
saw
mid,
me.
take mid.
I'm gonna rush out long, guys. They know that I was behind them.
Both
They're
going
inside.
after, we can step.
Your
They smoke shot.
stance is really late.
I will go long with friends.
Yeah, I'll wait. I will wait short.
We have kit, yeah. I'm coming along with you, Kevin.
One is Gandalf around there. He flashed long.
You have a lot of
We can
pressure.
go out now.
I
Careful,
have
car.
smoke short still.
Don't see anyone.
Ramp.
Let's double pick it.
Dead.
Nice.
Maybe CT.
I'm still
Maybe-
pushing. I'm
Maybe
still
close.
gonna wait you,
Thanks.
Kevin.
Friends
I
out.
did.
Nice.
Nice.
Important round, man. Let's go.
Sorry guys, I heard the flash like Gandalf for CT. Being
Important
prone.
kills as well, Pepper. I fucked up at long because I should have waited that they flashed, but nice man.
It's always a joy hearing the English-speaking comms as well, being able to actually take something away at the end of that round. Fnatic, nice and calm on that retake, right? Waiting for the flank. Everyone playing together, everyone happy. Important round set by Prosus, and he's certainly not wrong. A pistol on top of a leading half, that could set you up for serious success here. Furia, do they force buy? It's always tempting.
Yeah.
But probably not. It looks like Deegs.
Yeah, decent. He's throwing some bigger money into this, right? Getting armor behind his Deagle, but that's really the only notable extra here, as well as the utility. Now, this util could come in handy for this B play. They've got a lot of smokes in addition to these flashes, but not a single smoke thrown in. They push off the back of the flashes and into KST for a fast ace there. KST, mate, they take you off a vertigo and you're like a new man. He gets his ace, he's feeling good. And that's Fnatic Rising in with that conversion up against the Deegs. I am scratching my head a little bit. I guess, you know, you can make the argument that those smokes were to be used in the post plant, right, to try and shut down retakes. I think that's kind of wishful thinking. If you're going to buy up 3, the way I'm looking at it, you're at least wanting, you know, whether it's that close smoke to help you spill out, you know, make those flashes more effective. If it's smoke in the double doors, you know, maybe if you actually got past KST, might have had a bit more success. Oh. And now Fnatic Rising are really trying to take liberties, seeing what they can get away with, pushing out the east side tunnels, though. It's going to be decenty.
Looked like he
With
got
that
trapped
trade
on the
back.
corner
Yeah, I
there.
think that was the case.
Still, Bro's just throwing himself in. That's huge, man. That's B cleared up. Now, Fnatic don't know that. They're still panicking for a moment, but at long, Pepsol sees a flash, and he calls it off. Still going to die with nothing. 2v3 now for Fnatic, but you can't count them out as Furia close the gap on long. Double smoke for the cross. Regali waiting. He'd love Protoss to have a flash to set him up, but you're on your own, Regali. No jump shots either. Just waiting for Protoss to get that attention. There it is. Contact made. Now Regali trying to activate. Smoke fading as well, and Furia already watching onto this one. Drop waiting. Flash dodge. Regali peeked. And, oh no, the T's are blind by it. Protoss tries to help out. Regali is scared from both sides, and he has good reason to be. No kills given over though. Furia tucking it safe, and this round should be theirs from that call alone. Nice shots from Drop and ZMB to shut it out. And so 8 for Furia right at the end of things. That little B play, that double upper push for Fnatic, it cost them everything. Leaves them down men in that B bomb site, leaves them out of position as they try to rotate into what was a fake, and then Long gets overwhelmed, and Furia managed to slip it in. First T-side round comes up for Furia.
Yeah, and the only reason why it feels a little bit weird is, you know, you can look at it with the caveat of like, yeah, it was a bonus round attempt though, so they're just trying to, you know, go for something a little faster paced, a little unexpected to put those SMGs to good use. And while it did net the SMGs some kills, I don't think it was worth it in the long run, because now you're taking an eco here. It's not like it was a bonus round attempt with a full buy, you know, locked and loaded and ready to go. Admittedly, they could have had full rifles here. This is actually a decision to have played the Deagles over it. They want to have everything they could possibly need in this next round. And hell, still a chance to make things wild with the Deags.
Now this time, a little flanky upper play is all right. Furia don't know about it. Still milling about in middle, but this isn't a split right now. Oh, you've given up the flank and you've not gotten anything for it. That's a shame. KST might just die with it just to sell as his teammate wraps all the way around the map. Commit is coming, 30 seconds. Furia making their mark up on A, and the Deagles need to do something, anything here for Fnatic. They get a kill. That's where it should start and end here. I say that, they've got a guy boxed in at long. Pepsol can't get it done with a USP though. Damage through the wall, and Keve has grabbed himself an AK. Don't tell me Fnatic are going to retake a 2-on-4 like this. Probably just a save, right? Right? KST. Keve's got a molly, and he's coming up on Cat. He could push this default player out of position, but with KST gone, Keve wants to save on 5. Fair enough. Really good eco for Fnatic. Furia, though, still finding ways to build. 9 rounds on the T side as Fnatic come back in with a very, very profitable buy here. They're going to have the AK saved. They're going to have the AWP. There'll be nothing Fnatic are lacking in this rifle round.
Yeah, man, you can even see double AWPs pulled through if they really want to get adventurous with it. I'm really curious to see what the decision is. As mentioned, they could have had a buy in the last round. They could have had rifles on everyone, but they elected to delay that purchase in favor of having the AWPs, having the utility around it in this round now. So all in all, I think you'll be pretty happy with that one ending up in a you know, 2-player surviving round, even though it goes the way of your opponent. You're planning for success in the future if you're Fnatic Rising, although that is not the start you wanted. Furia
Back in.
with the opener, slowly building back in. He was 0-9, now 3-11. It's still a long road to recovery, but at least he's begun it.
Yeah, I like
the
this
journey
call.
ain't going to get shorter the longer you put it off.
I like this call though. They get the long pick, even though there's still info on long for Fnatic. They haven't given it up. Furia full rotating. They just sent everyone background to B. Now they just crunch B. They know there's no more than 2 here, if that. And they're correct. There's 1 dude in. There's 1 more in middle. Keve, if he gets smoked off and if his anchor doesn't do anything, then this could go very badly for Fnatic. Furia just got to hit this right on their head. KST, good position for at least the surprise factor. Should be able to grab a kill. Furia lurks smoke out B with the full ensemble of T's walking up. Even though lurk smoke has drawn more attention, they're going to start running. 2 T's, CT's here now. Keve tucked in. KST doesn't matter, all on his own. Keve gets cleared hard, and they're going to double peek KST as well. He still gets a couple of kills. Good hold as Regali is on the cross, but his teammates lost, and it's all up to him.
Yeah, he's got to do it all. Regali pushing through this smoke. He's crept in. Imperia wasn't watching it. Oh, no! He went into the tunnel. I couldn't tell you, Hugo. Regali now, just 1 man left to beat. It's the struggling Imperia, and he can't finish the job. He might have had a quiet game, but 3 in that round there after, for a moment, putting the round in danger. He takes it back out of danger.
He had to win that round, or you've killed your team at that point. Like maybe he doesn't know where Regali is, but Regali just got a kill on the cross, so that should have been calm. He goes back to maybe check the tunnel's flank. There was timing for it, but in doing so, he left his teammate alone planting. That's a yikes. Thank goodness he wins the 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, well, that would have been like, if that clutch goes the other way, that would have been the round that just tilts Furia out of the game, and I think ruins the momentum for Furia as well.
Kills Furia.
But they've kept themselves in it. They've kept themselves afloat, and now looking for the lead as well.
A lot of team damage there, a lot of shooting through your teammates, and in fact, the kill even comes in. But Process, he makes up for it, mate. He doubles down, he takes Z and B with him. But again, Furia, they've done it once more. They show it long, they do a lot of damage, they take a kill, and then they just rotate out B. They know that Fnatic don't have numbers here. Although it got very close last time, this time should be nothing of the sort. I don't want Furia to announce this. Maybe flashes, but that lurk smoke just made Fnatic set up for the B play. Now with no warning, there's no way Fnatic can be ready. This close player, here's the flash, and they don't clear the corner, but yeah, drop does few. Everyone knows their roles. Scout on the cross provides something, but the round is fleeting for Fnatic. Bomb planted, and this is where Furia should take the lead away. Wow, can't believe I'm saying that. But a lot of credit to them. They've held on well throughout this match. Since the door swap, this has become even less likely.
A little bit of style on that from Keve. A little bit of the flick. You see at the end of the game, Regali is 30 kills. Don't remember a single one of them, but the Keve flick.
I remember a Keve.
I remember the Keve flick.
Yeah.
But Furia in the lead. Hello, this wasn't meant to happen.
Here we are, Harry. Here we are. And yeah, it's coming off of some really basic calls as well, which is the best part. It must feel nice. Furia haven't had to show anything in this T side. They've only gone long, kill, back to B, really, the last 2 rounds. And before that, just standard A execute. So here it is for Fnatic. Another full buy. Boost up for Regali. You can see the T's are ready for it. They flash this angle. It forces Regali to fire. And now Decent T getting past and under the orb. No one at long here for Fnatic. They're watching it from the bomb site. Pepsor needs to have his wits about him. They're going to re-aggro. This is so dangerous. Do they have a flash, or are they just waiting for one of Furia's? Kill comes in first for KST's top of the server right now. Oh, the long flash play, but everyone's waiting for it. And it goes from a 5-on-4 to a 3-on-3. Furia now back in favor.
Yeah, it's great, man. Furia, they kind of do a good job of giving you just enough rope to hang yourself, as it were, right? They tempt you into that long aggression with the promise of something big. There was something big waiting there, all right, but it wasn't what you wanted if you're Fnatic Rising. Regali now having to try and hold this cross. They're about to run boost over him. Can he hit it? Nah, would have been unreal. And it is remaining. Not in this reality. Decency with a frag turns this into the advantage of Furia. And now they just don't have to give up these kills, but they're still fighting anyway. And winning them all on the way. 12-10. Furia Academy building upon this lead. Fnatic Rising left to save again.
Damn, dude, the second wind of Fury is a bit scary, isn't it? You were kind of ready to count them out. They've been on the back foot all game long. They've been, you know, just picking up the scraps here. And now, Furia up by 2, breaking another buy round for Fnatic, putting them on pistols. This is starting to really round out of control for the Fnatic Rising side.
And in a lot of ways, the performances we're getting right now remind me a lot of the early days of this Furia Academy, where Furia, even though guys like Maui were constantly saying, like, yeah, he's normally the guy who steps up, it felt like it took Furia a few days to warm up into the event. If you remember, Drop gave us that crazy game to open up for Furia Academy, and he's doing it again right here, right now, when it matters the most, when some of the other guys who are often the big guns have fallen quiet. Drop has been able to take the weight of it on his shoulders and help get the team into a position where now they can win this series.
Yeah, coach has moved in behind them as well, right? They see it's within reach. They see how close it's coming. And they're still chatting it through before this next round. Where will they go? Taking more long spawns, perhaps. That has often provided them with the opening kill. Or opening team kill. Fnatic, one saved gun around these echoing players. KST, of course, taking it back to that B side. Furia, they commit on long. They push a lot of men out, and they hunt down the retreating CTs, not making it back to the site. Decency with a double. And Furia, there's almost no way you can lose this round now. There's almost nothing that can go wrong. KST may have taken some space, but I don't think it will surprise Fnatic much to be told that it's not B. That much is clear. Furia still hold, man. They still wait for re-aggro, not just at long, but at top mid as well. Furia is trying to cut off a rotation towards Catwalk, and he's about to be given those fights. Here they come. He's checking for a T-spawn wrap, but really it's mid he needs to worry about, and this timing, oh, it's not looking good. KST seen him. Oh dear. Furia still hits the shot, and he doubles up. That's confidence boosting at least. Leaving Process alone. This should be a flawless round for Furia.
Yeah, it's got all the makings of one. Process should be dead as soon as he appears on the other side of this smoke. And there it is, ZMB, the unlikely candidate to get it, the guy that we hadn't switched to. The one all the way back at long, locks in that kill. Furia up onto 13. And for Fnatic Rising, they don't have long left to stop this game spiraling out of control. You know, if they lose this next rifle round, once again, they're down to a forced buy or a partial buy, and that would be up against 14. Not where you want to find yourselves. Credit to Furia as well.
Yeah.
He still hasn't like fully recovered. This is not numbers that you'd be used to getting out of the guy, but from 0-9 to 9-12, it's respectable, and you can see the impact it's had having him more activated in this second half.
9-3 in the second half. That's honestly pretty good. Decency dead. Fast into B for 1 though. That came out of nowhere. Furia gets picked, and he comes in early as well. His team are barely out middle on this mid to B split. They're going through.
Oh my God.
The bomb. That's crazy. I mean, the round was feeling pretty lost anyway, and that just confirms it. I mean, at that point, he couldn't have really done much else.
No, right? Yeah, he just kind of goes, screw it. Look, if this works, I'll look like I'm the best player ever, and if it doesn't, well, you know, the outcome's unchanged.
Could have gone back up cat with his teammate, but I'm nitpicking there. That was a pretty screwed round, all things considered. And there's still time for Fnatic Rising to maybe build back in. They break the silent streak. Pretty concise.
Yeah, I will say though, our Furia Academy, that was like the loosest round
Yeah.
we've had yet, right? That was
Fastest round.
nothing like any of the others so far. So I imagine they go back to this, you know, working the long control early, then maybe looking to slip back into a B play or perhaps a cat to A play after they challenge for that long control. I don't imagine we have another one of these fast rounds where everyone's just allowed to do whatever they want. You know, you give a guy like Furia too much choice. Look what he did. He ran into the B site all alone. And the timing was just all over the place. A little too much freedom in that round, perhaps.
Yeah, time to tighten the reins here. Draw it back. Maybe back to B as well. There's still, you know, 2 guys defaulting outside long and spawn. Not seeing the AWP in spawn. Oh, the triple boost. Okay, yeah. I'm not against it. This is cool. Gonna try and get a B pick above the smoke. Just hanging on, sliding. Oh no, he had it almost, but you don't want to stay there forever. Now Molly's come in, you're getting trapped, getting hot. But okay, if this is your round, what's your plan, Furia? You don't get the B pick. What is plan B? What do you go to? Because you can see if they hit this B site, these guys are ready.
Well, plan B is B, and for KST, the timing looks a little off as he's fallen off the angle. Still, Keve trades that out. Now needs to hold on to B, and the trades are even. It's a 2-on-2. Smoke in that mid door is a long way away. Drop having to move in to throw that.
2 top Furia players still alive, though. Versus the bottom on the other side.
Yeah, they're faking the bomb a bunch because they don't know how close these players are. And it's not the wrong move, it's the right play. But in doing so, they've allowed Fnatic Rising to get that much closer. Drop is now alone. And Pepsaw with one hell of a swing. That's the round locked in. Good timing on the mid peaks for Pepsaw. And 12 now on the board for Fnatic Rising. A close game as we get to the end of this one. Fnatic do not want to let it slip away from them. Also, I haven't seen anyone throwing the B doors smoke for Furia yet. The only time they seem to do it is when they have site control, like from the actual, you know, tunnel itself.
So you saying they don't have a lineup, Harry?
I'm not saying that, but you know, I just haven't
joking.
seen anyone do it from the tunnels yet, which is a little bit weird.
And there have been crossing kills, so maybe that's something to fix up. But yeah, even some of these B plays have been weird like that. Like that one round they went for it after the long pick with a dribble smoke. I always question that. You don't want to telegraph your play. Either way, back to long. And oh dear, caught with a nade out. Pepsaw calling for support processes here. And he'll answer the call. Lovely spray through the smoke. ZMB, what can you do here? Nothing. Burn out, perhaps. He's got the bomb as well, but he can't get out of this one alive. Just going to have to commit and look for a kill. That he's got, but Pepsaw trades from Pit, and nice stuff from Regali on the car. Easy done for Fnatic Rising. And it feels like Furia, they've lost some of their mojo here near the end of this map. And now they've lost their money at 13-13, the worst time.
Heartbreaking, isn't it? And it all stems back to that one round where the cooling felt a little bit looser. They missed that mid to B timing. And like when I say they missed the timing, like they royally missed that timing. You know, they give up the free B kill. That round falls apart. Then they try to go back to something a bit more structured. And it's just not hitting the same as it was when they were on that big winning streak. Right? This is one of the reasons why the old saying, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it exists. They tried to make it different. And now on the return to what was working before, it's not clicking the same way it was.
Yeah, we've not even really seen like many of these like standard Dust 2 rounds for Furia where you get up cat, you throw the exec, you drop mid to B, you throw another exec, you go back up, you finally commit A, you know, you're just baiting out util from Fnatic, making the AWP shift around, trying to get the A player into CT spawn so they're cut off as you actually commit to A. Like these are like standard Dust 2 rounds, just cap to A's. And the things Furia haven't really done all too much. So maybe, I mean, they're doing it now on an eco, this is pretty normal, but I'd like to see it on a gun round with the util, with the option to, you know, not commit off your first volley of utility. Here they go, fast and furious. trying to run down this A site, and there's still a way this can get out of hand.
Yeah.
If the guns are picked up. There's one org down on the ramp, and a couple of frags have come through somehow. They charge! Oh my goodness! Denied by Regali and
I mean,
KST.
hey man, the rest of that round had worked just on being fast and unpredictable,
Yeah, I kinda
and
liked
they
it,
try
honestly.
to keep it going.
Yeah.
Now it's all left on to Decent. He's Deagle, and he's traded after the
Look,
first.
it's a play that, if it works, looks incredible. If it doesn't, it looks stupid. And yeah, that looks stupid. But there's good thought behind it. You
Yeah.
know that sitting back with your pistols, like, you may have kills, but you don't have guns. Those guns are out of your reach. Sitting back on the bomb site with pistols in a 4-on-3 is no guarantee to a round there. If Fnatic play their retake right, if they use their utility smart, that's their round.
I mean,
So,
not only
fair
that,
enough.
the whole nature of that round was no util for Furia Academy. Usually, if you're doing one of those like pistol execs, you at least have a smoke to like get yourself out. They didn't even have that, right? So they just run it down on the A bomb site, and they know because of the pace, there is so much utility still in play for that retake. So, you know, you kind of had to hunt players down. This is it now. This is the deciding moment for Furia Academy.
The round that answers all our questions. And the round that decides the outcome of this map, more likely than not, with the money playing in the way it does. Hinge smoke missed. Not the end of the world.
Yeah, the pressure, you know, if you want to look at the money, the pressure is definitely more on Furia than it is Fnatic right now. Fnatic can soak up the cost of losing a round, and, you know, they've also got options to save, right? Whereas Furia do not have that same degree of freedom. A loss here leaves them with nothing unless they get that bomb down, and even then, you know, it's not pretty. You're up against 15 cobbling together buys, so what have they got for us? This all-important round. They've got a bit of mid-control. They're holding a default here. One of the slowest rounds we've seen out of Furia Academy yet. So what do they want to do with this control? They've taken Cat away. They've got the util for an A execute. But right now, it just looks a little lost. It doesn't really look like they know what they want to do with this map control. They're going to drop into lower. ZMB running, throwing caution to the wind. Still a double B-side hold as well. Pepsaw mops up the lurk out through the long doors. It's very disjointed. This does not look like the same Furia Academy we just watched string all these rounds together.
Yeah, but the sad thing is those rounds kind of came off just the same strat, which was, you know, the long pick into B. Don't worry about these kills. Fnatic have won the round to time. And yeah, you go into those long kills to B. Other than that, we haven't really seen anything from Fury. We haven't seen any of these cat plays that we talked about. I don't know. It's looked pretty relaxed. It's looked pretty dead. And so now as we get into what could be the final round of play, let's jump into some comms.
3.4 guys.
I play mid again. Buy kits, guys.
Pepper.
Molly long, David.
Yep, okay. Yeah, buy everything. Kit, Pepe, kit.
I will go along with you. I'll do delayed flash.
Just do 49, 48.
1 HP at this point.
Flashing.
I'm going towards A.
Boom.
I leave mid. Kevin,
Can you flash long house for me?
Deep?
Yeah.
Oh my
Good
god, I
now?
have the perfect flash. In long house? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry,
in.
yeah. Coming.
One on B.
Yeah, maybe peep up again. Boom.
He's
Smoking mid.
his car.
Yeah,
Far
I can
back.
fight
They
the
might be short. One is up short, I think.
dead.
Nice.
Yeah,
One more,
smoking.
one more.
Smoking, yeah.
He's waiting.
I think one is short there.
Dead.
I think one more flash.
I'm
One
watching
nade in
short.
deep.
Cannot be there.
One dropped mid or he jumps
You can
short.
play
Just
just
survive.
pit headshot, yeah.
I have
Okay.
short, so don't worry.
Julian, I will,
What kind of... I'm kind of alone.
I will
on
go
B,
to
Kevin.
ramp.
Guys,
Yeah.
you can probably stack like B or something.
Smoke short.
One line mid. I will
Two
try to
smoke
come.
short.
Can't really cross mid.
Up short, two.
It's fine. Don't
I'm
cross
blind.
it if you can't.
Yeah, just
They're going out.
take the angle back, yeah.
Two guys short.
In the Vanga smoke too.
Yeah, it's okay. Nice, good chill.
I'm all in
Yeah, hold
front
the
of
angle,
it.
yeah.
They cannot
One
plant.
side.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
surviving.
backing, elbow. In the... Both.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, you could
rushing
clear me.
short. I'm rushing short, guys.
You're trying to
Are they
clear me.
close?
Yeah, both sides.
One holding me.
Wait, guys. I'm gonna play now.
Dead.
Nice.
Nice, man! Nice, man! Nice!
Oh my.
And Furia Academy go out with a whimper. Fnatic rising on the other hand. Well, they rise to the occasion, Harry. Winning the half, getting tested in that CT side a little bit, but they come out on top by the end of things and keep up their streak here in Weplay Academy League. Good day for Fnatic.
Yeah.
For Furia, back to the drawing board.
No, man, for this Fnatic squad as well, I think this win is important because it starts to get close. We've seen them struggle at closing out some games in times gone by, right? So I think it's nice to get that reminder that no, right? It's not like a predetermined thing. If a team starts to come back against us, we do have it in us to cancel that out and get the game over the line. So great stuff today from the Fnatic Rising boys. Shame for Furia that it falls apart in the way that it does. What did you find folks at the desk make of